it is very much fair to say that a rebuild is needed at Manchester United. It's very much fair to say that we need to help fix Man United. Man United need fixing. We've got a squad that's all over the place. Misprofiled, mismatched, mismanaged. It doesn't make any sense. We've got a squad of players who have survived 3-4 managers. We've got a squad of players who weren't fit enough to play the last manager's system, who were bought to play the last manager's system and weren't fit enough to play his system. But we've brought in a manager now who plays a completely different system, worlds apart. And we're surprised that we're not doing well. I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me. Anyways, today I'm going to be fixing Manchester United. Jim Ratcliffe, move to the side. You're not even Sir Jim. Just move to the side. Brailsford, whatever your name is, move to the side. What's his name? Brailsford? Is that his name? That's his name. I don't know. Dan Ashworth, you've moved to the side, but move again. Barada Hype, move to the side. Hussein's going to fix Man United. What I'm going to do is, as you can see, I've got the squad lined up here. I'm going to go through every single one, and I'm going to either keep or I'm going to sell. And when the players that I choose to sell, I'm going to total up how much we can get for them. Realistically, I'm going to do realistic prices. I'm even going to undervalue just a little bit, just to make sure that the final sum is extremely realistic. And you're going to see, I'm going to go through, and some players, as frustrating as it is, will probably survive this transfer window. But if they survive this one, I promise you, I will riot if they survive the next one. If they're here for another year after this year, as in we give them a year and then they're here again, I will riot. I will be in Manchester myself, leading an army. Let's go through them. Let's go through some of the players. Starting off, in goal. This is us fixing Manchester United. Yeah? This is me looking at it from the lens of Luis Campos, PSG, the rebuild that they did. Ruthlessness. Ruthlessness is what you need in a rebuild. Alta Bayinde. Bayinde. Says it in your name. Bye. Get out. Arsenal fans must hate this guy. He gave one performance all season against them at the Emirates to knock them out of the FA Cup. Ever since then, he's Onana with a mask. He might be Onana with a mask. But by the way, who scouts? Who finds these random players? Who thought it was a great idea to get in Bayinde as a second goalkeeper? Who does that? I'm looking at other teams, well-run teams. I'm looking at their second choices. It's either an experienced goalkeeper, like an Ortega, who was first choice at another team and done really, really well, or like a young gun, Kelleher. You're looking at Kelleher at Liverpool, for example. We went Bayinde. The first ever Turkish player to ever play for Man United. And it's him, not Burak Yilmaz. I already dislike him. Already. Onana. You know what, Bayinde, how much I'm not gonna tell you how much each player, I'm gonna tell you how much each player I think is gonna go for, but I'm not gonna tell you the sum up until the end. So you're gonna have to stick until the end to see the sum. Bayinde, I'll be real, bro. Give me 5. Give me 5 M's for Bayinde. You know what? 5 M's in euros if you want. You know what? 5 million lira. Deal? 5 million lira. Shake on it. Onana. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm getting rid of Onana. I'm not even going to add Onana to the transfer budget. Because I don't feel right adding stolen money to a transfer budget. Whatever we sell this guy for, we've robbed the other team. We've robbed them. If Onana goes for 5 million, the other team hasn't got a bargain. We've hit the jackpot. We've hit a heist. We've hit a lick. If we sell Onana for 5 M's, we've hit the lick. That tells you everything there is to know about his career at United so far. The worst goalkeeper I've ever seen at Man United. And we've had some stinkers. The worst. And you know what pisses me off about Onana? I hate with passion. The worst type of player for me is a shit confident player. You can't knock a guy who's confident and shit. You can't bring him down. You know, shit players sometimes have like a bit of imposter syndrome, rightfully so. They'll have a bit of imposter syndrome and like, oh, I don't really know, blah blah. So you can maybe like plant a seed, like, bro, you might not be good enough, you know. They might think about it and agree. He doesn't have that. He thinks he's the best. He thinks he's like, my Man United legacy needs to be fixed, brother. It needs to be stopped, not fixed. Just stop it where it is. There's no fixing this situation. The only thing that's getting fixed is Man United by you leaving. That's it. A shit confident player is the worst type. Look what happened against Lyon. First leg. Matic. Heaton, I'm going to keep. He's just there for like I said, he's the snitch of the change room, innit? So you got to keep the snitch. Lindelof is going. He's going on a free though. So good servant. Thank you. But big up you. Yeah, man. Mazraoui. One of our better signings in recent years. So versatile. High IQ. Mr. Consistent. Does the basics well. Does better than the basics well. What a player. I mean, any manager would love to have a Mazraoui in their team. Right wing back, got you covered, bro. Right back, got you covered. Left wing back, yep. Left back, I could do that. Centre back, no problem. Attacking midfielder, away to Fenerbahce, I can do that. No problem, Gaffer. Mazraoui, good guy. Keep. De Ligt. I think De Ligt has received strange criticism, I think, this season. I think he's been quite decent first season for Man United. I think we're still yet to see the best of De Ligt. Young player, leader, which we lack in the change rooms. I've already spoken about it. I'm going to keep De Ligt 100%. I think let's see what happens in the next few years. I know a lot of people are like, De Ligt out, he's not good enough, he can't play this, he's not mobile enough. I'm willing to wait. I think his mobility is underrated, his speed is underrated, his passing, it's not the best, but in Amorim's system, you know, your centre backs they don't have to be the best passers of the ball. They have to be good, and obviously other centre backs can cover for that. But De Ligt himself, I think, is a very, very solid player, and I want to see the best of him in a Man United shirt, which I think, obviously, give him another year, and we'll go from there. De Ligt, I'm gonna book in an end of year performance review with you. How about that? So keep De Ligt. Maguire. What a difference a year makes. Because last year, I was calling for this guy's head. Last year, the year before, this guy, man. What do you offer? What do you actually do? This year? He's better on the wing than Antony. He's better as a striker than Højlund. And he's better in centre-back than himself. What does that even mean? Maguire, his remontada, his career remontada doesn't make sense. But I'm happy we've given him another year. I wouldn't even mind an extra year to that. I said it. I said it. Do not come back to this if he has a stinker. But I like Harry Maguire. Free back, that's his bread and butter. If we're keeping Amorim, if we're progressing with that kind of football, free back, you need a Harry Maguire in your team. Honestly, I think defensively as a whole, we're very, very solid. I think defense is our strongest point. I don't think there's anything we really need to do. The only signings we'd make in defense would be proactive signings. Signings where we're looking to the future. Signings where there's a market opportunity and we're like, okay, cool, this makes sense. Let's go and grab him. But a reactive signing where we need someone now, like, guys, we're short in this area. I don't think we need that in the defensive department of the team, in all honesty. So I'm keeping Harry Maguire. Martinez. First half of the season, I would have sold you, bro. Like, that hurt me. That hurt me to say. My voice tried to even like give up on me. It tried to dun 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 dun, because I didn't want to say that about the butcher that I know and love. But that first half of the season, the butcher was not the butcher. The butcher was a vegan. I've said it time and time again. Second half of the season, when fit, There's a little asterisk there. When fit, I got my butcher back. My butcher opened up shop again. Stock came back in. He's on the carnivore diet now. Martinez again. I said it. We lack leadership. Martinez is a leader. Not only is he a leader, progresses the ball very well. Passes the ball extremely well. Defending in wide areas is, of course, a weak point of his, but I think he's improved. I think he has improved in that department. I think Martinez is definitely a keep. Malacia. Honestly, bro, like, I don't think the man them know you. Genuinely, I don't think the squad really knows you like that. Genuinely, like, I don't feel like have I heard Malacia talk? I don't think I've ever heard Malacia talk. I don't think I've ever like really seen Malacia other than like a few games, but outside, like, I don't remember you, bro, and you're still here. You've given me amnesia when you're still technically at the club. Malacia, the less said, the better. Malacia, no, ma'as-salama. I want to roll today. How much are we getting for Malacia, though? Realistically. Give me 5 M's, man. Give me 5 M's. Patrick Dorgu. Good start at Man United. Well, I say good. It's been decent. He's definitely gotten better as time's gone on. Embedded in the squad. I think we're going to see a very good Patrick Dorgu next season. Early prediction. I think Patrick Dorgu is going to be clutch for us next season. Definitely keep. Yoro. Keep. Make him captain. As well. How about that? Sorry. You can't really see him. Keep. Looks a bit evil. Villain-like. French villain in that picture. But definitely keep him. I love Lenny Yoro. I think these are the type of signings we should be making. When we signed him, I genuinely thought we were back. I thought we were heading in the right direction. I said a young, up-and-coming player who's ready now for first-team football, hungry, touted as one of the best in the world in his position, in his age group. Definitely keep. Diogo. Okay, here's this is the first of this kind. If we're being honest, we need to sell Diogo Dalot. If we're being honest with ourselves, we need to sell Diogo Dalot. His IQ as a footballer is just it's not there. It's not there. And so I've watched Diogo Dalot play football for my team multiple times this season and make decisions where I'm like, brother, like, out of all the possibilities that you could have chosen, like Doctor Strange type thing, he made me do the multiverse thing. Out of all the possibilities, wallahi, I would love for you to just explain to me how you ended up there. How did you end up making the decision you've made? It baffles me. Some of the stuff he does genuinely baffles me. Defensively, he's a liability. Again, his decision making is poor. Crossing is mid. He's not really great at anything. The bare minimum as a footballer is hard work. And he gives you that. He's a good lad. He probably, good for the change room. Manager likes him. Good attitude, etc. And that's important. Don't get me wrong. I like that in a player. That's very important. I think it's an underrated trait. But it's the bare minimum, bro. He fights for the badge, yes. He tries hard, yes. But at the end of the day, you're just not good enough. And I said it. We're going to have to be ruthless. We're going to have to be aggressive. We're just going to have to be cutthroat with this. PSG style. Diogo Dalot has to go. But if he doesn't go this window, it has to be the next window. I think it's a next window sale. If, in all honesty, it's not a this window sale, it's a next window sale. Only because, 2 reasons. Number 1, I know we won't sell him this window. Ineos just won't. The Glazers won't. They're not that type. They know they need to sell him. They just won't. I don't understand it either. And number 2, he's not the most priority. He's not on the highest on the priority list of outgoings and then obviously replacement. Because obviously when you get him gone, you're gonna have to get in a replacement. I just don't think they've got the capabilities of that right now. Diogo Dalot, I think we can get a nice. I'm stuck. 15 or 20. How old is he? You know what? I'm going to put 15 million because I know we're bad at selling. Realistically, he should be more. Luke Shaw. I haven't rated Luke Shaw for a while. I know there's a lot of people who said, oh, he's done well for us. He can come back. Good servant. On his day. When he's back, when he's fit. What about when I'm fit? What about when you're fit? What about if fucking I had the left foot of Messi? Like, what are we doing here? We're Man United. We signed this guy 11 years ago now. He hasn't turned up for 3, 4 of the like consecutively the last 3-4 years. Had a good little spell on the Van Gaal, Ten Hag, but he's just not good enough. Just not consistent enough. Luke Shaw has to be a sell, and more than Diogo Dalot this summer. I'm leaning towards this summer more than next summer. Diogo Dalot was more next summer than this summer, but Luke Shaw's the opposite. And I dare you let him survive next summer. I dare you. Luke Shaw needs to go. I'm not even gonna put a transfer value on him. How about that? I'm not even gonna just get him gone. Wages, whatever it is, just get him gone. Aiden Heaven, Maiden Heaven. What a player. What a player. Signing of the season? 1 million? It's a conversation. It is a conversation. Keep Aiden Heaven. He's one of the bright spots at Man United for me right now. I think he's great. And I think he's going to play a pivotal role next season. I think Amram really, really likes him. He's good on the ball, played at midfield in Arsenal. And obviously Amram likes that centre back to go into midfield. Shout out Abs. Go into midfield. Aiden Heaven can do that. Comfortable on the ball. I think Aiden Heaven definitely keep. Johnny Evans is gone already, so that's a sell. Harry Amas, I'm going to obviously keep. I think understudy to Dorgu. We don't have a lot of options in that left wing back role, unfortunately. Obviously, you've got starter Dorgu. Backup, you've probably got Luke Shaw if he survives, God forbid. Not in life, like I hope he survives, but survives Man United? No. And then who else have you got? Dalot can probably cover there. We ain't got much. Ain't really much. Harry Amas is, I think, going to be the understudy to Dorgu for next season. So definitely keep. I hope he gets some minutes next season. Fredrickson, sell, like, or go out on loan. Like, it is what it is. Like, we've got a lot of cover in defence. You know what? Just loan him out. I'm not that bothered. Midfielders now. We're done with the defence. Midfielders. Mason Mount. You confuse me, Mason. You really do confuse me. Before Amorim, it was a firm sell. It was a very, very firm sell. To be honest, I wasn't the biggest Mason Mount fan. Now you understand what I was trying to say. Even when he was at Chelsea. By the way, Chelsea absolutely bumped us. And this is where we need to start moving like a big club, because their negotiations, their transfer outgoings, the value they bring in from their outgoings is ridiculous. I wish we could. I wish we were on their level in that aspect. 1 year left on his contract, 55 million or 60 million, however much it was. God forbid. And for what we've gotten in return, doesn't make sense. But in Amram's system, Amram seems to like him. Can play 8, can play the 6 and the double pivot, kind of more forward, and obviously can play the one of the 2 10s. So I want to give him another year. I know I said ruthless, I know I said aggressive, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm a Man United fan. If Luis Campos was here, no emotion, he's getting rid of him. Me, a United fan, I want to give the boy a chance. Realistically, I don't know if he's going to stay fit. And when he does, I don't know if we're just going to get the best of Mason Mount. I just don't. For now, I'm going to say keep. Just for now. El Capitan. Bruno Fernandes. I've already made a whole video about this. The previous video before this is a video speaking about Bruno Fernandes, the whole situation, what the latest update is, but also my thoughts as a fan, my thoughts as Manchester United, kind of from the footballing aspect, from the club aspect. Is it the right decision to sell him or to keep him? As a fan, I want to keep Bruno. As the club, it makes sense to sell Bruno. As hard as that is. Sometimes you have to... I've seen bigger departures at Man United. I've survived. I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo leave. I've seen Ruud van Nistelrooy leave. Two of my favourite players of all time. I survived those. I can survive this. It will hurt though. But to really do a rebuild, you do need to strip the club back and get rid of big names. And Bruno Fernandes is that one of those big names where I don't know if he's the perfect fit for where Amram is playing him, but he's playing him because he's Bruno. And without Bruno, we're much worse. We only sell Bruno if we get amazing replacements. Notice I said replacements, because I don't just want a one-for-one. Don't just sell Bruno and get me Baleba, for example. Do that and add someone else as well. Go and get me 2-3 players. We're selling a big part of our squad. Everything moving forward last season, the season that I just finished, everything that went right moving forward was through him. You look at all the stats. I'm not a stats man, but you look at all the stats, you look at through the eye. It's all through Bruno. So let's be serious here. We sell Bruno, I want great replacements. But I'm going to sell him. I've put 100 million. And by the way, guys, I'm aware you can't see the calculator or whatever. That's obviously done with intention because I don't want you to see the full amount yet. Eriksen's gone. He's already finished. Casemiro, I'm selling. I hesitated there for a second because I told myself, Casemiro, if it's not this season, he's definitely gone next summer, right? Why wait? Genuinely, why wait? Like, why are we waiting to sell a player we know is going to go? We know a player we're not building with. We don't want him for the future. He's not going to see success with us. He's on high wages. He's old. He doesn't play the role that we want him to play perfectly or to a really high amount or really high level. Why hold on to him? It makes no sense to hold on to him. I like Casemiro's resurgence this season. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of it. But I've also seen Casemiro. Do you get me? I've seen Casemiro as well. I've seen the dark side of Casemiro. So I don't think we keep him. I think it makes no sense to keep him. If we're being ruthless and we're being aggressive, which is what I'm trying to embody right now, we sell Casemiro, we get a young, adequate replacement who plays Amram's system. That's what a proactive, smart, successful, ambitious club would do. So for that reason, I'm selling Casemiro. And I'm not going to put any transfer fee. Take him, just take the wages off. It's the right decision in my opinion. I know he's a good leader. I know he came up with some clutch goals in the Europa League. But guys, we need to be doing better than Casemiro. Let's be real. Casemiro 5 years ago, 6 years ago, amazing. Casemiro now, Ugarte. I think Ugarte's been a bit hard done by this season, to be honest with you. I think he's had a lot of critics due to his lack of technical ability or whatever it is. Amram wants dogs in his system. He wants runners. He wants his two midfielders to be runners. We lack a lot of running when we lose Ugarte. I think a lot of people have short-term memory. Last season, we were one of the worst teams in terms of pressing, in terms of urgency, in terms of running. We were one of the worst. Ugarte has done his bit in trying to improve that. We're not the perfect system right now, nowhere near it. But Ugarte has done his bit to try and improve that. So I'm giving Ugarte another year. Next season, next summer, if Ugarte is not good enough, we sell. And I've said it again, I've said it before in a previous video, I don't understand this Man United thing we have, obsession, where we bring in a player and we don't sell him after 1 or 2 years because we feel like, we need to give him time. No. Successful teams bring in a player, find out who's not good enough, move him on. Look at the video I made about PSG's transformation. Just watch that. Their 5-year transformation. They signed Ugarte, gave him a year. Man United wanted him, sold him to us. They brought in João Neves. This is the type of things a club would, with ambition, want to do. What happened? They ended up winning the Champions League. Spoiler alert. Keep Ugarte for now. If he's not good enough next season, we get rid. We get rid. Kobbie struggled this season, of course. I'm never going to turn my back on Kobbie. I think for such a young player, he's done so much for Man United. Last season, when we were in the gutters, we were looking for a bit of spark, a bit of creativity in that midfield. He's come in, and that Wolves goal, that Liverpool goal, the goal in the FA Cup final against Man City. These are things I'm not going to forget easily. So, not to forget as well, by the way, that it's not just that why I'm keeping him, because then I could keep, Casemiro, for example, scored one goal. I'm like, oh yeah, Antony, for example, scored a goal. Yeah. No. I'm keeping Kobbie Mainoo because, number one, potential. Number two, Man United academy product. Obviously, I want that to keep going. I think we've lacked in that over the past few years, by the way. I think we've decreased a lot in bringing in youth talent and properly embedding them into the first team. And let's not forget, this guy was bossing the midfield in an England team in the Euros just last summer. Kobbie Mainoo, playing a position that he's familiar with or comfortable with, is one of the best midfielders, up-and-coming midfielders in the world. Let's not forget that. Let's not have, again, short-term memory. It's just about, he's a young player adapting to Amrim's system. And Amrim needs to adapt to obviously teach and bring in Kobbie Mainoo and find a way to play him. It's not, you can't fit my system 100%, you're gone. With a young player, especially a Man United player, especially a once in, I don't know how many years type player with a Kobbie Mainoo, no, maybe adapt a few things here and there, or you take that extra effort to get him to adapt to you. There needs to be something there. I'm willing to keep and be patient with Kobbie Mainoo. I know our fan base is the most impatient fan base in the world. I'm willing to keep and be patient with Kobbie Mainoo. I just don't like this whole report that's coming out about he wants £180,000 a week. If that's true, it changes my opinion slightly. Because then I'm questioning your desire to play for the team. I'm questioning why you want to play for this team. So, if that's true, that's a big if. Obviously, sources come out of nowhere. So I'm keeping Kobbie Mainoo. Collier. I feel for Collier. I think that injury done him a lot of harm this season. Before that, again, Collier just gives you those legs that we lacked so much in midfield. And I think that's why a lot of people loved Collier and him coming into the team. Because when you're starved of something and someone comes in with that, you're like, wow. It's like a caveman discovering fire for the first time. He came in with, obviously, passion. He came in with urgency. He came in with pressing. He came in with running, legs. And we're like, wow. When in actual fact, he's a good player. He's not top, but he's good. I wouldn't sell, but I'd maybe loan. And if we're going to loan, a high championship team. Similar to what we did with Ahmad, for example. You send him off to a Sunderland, you send him off to a Rangers, whatever it is. Obviously, I know that they're in Scotland, but a team where he's going to get minutes and they're playing at a decent level. I think that's what I'd do. Dan Gore, sell or loan, not really fussed. I've just seen something that startled me. Rasmus Højlund. We need to do everything we can to sell Rasmus Højlund. I'm kind of sick of just speaking about Rasmus Højlund. The guy is just, yeah, he's genuinely not good enough. I saw Leah say something where it's like I genuinely feel bad for him in the sense that we're putting him in this position. Like, he just needs to be like pushed to the side. Like, that's like, we need to take him out of his misery. Selling Rasmus Højlund would be in everyone's best interest. It would be Man United's best interest, but it would be in Rasmus Højlund's best interest. I low-key think he's in a position now where he's like, why can't these lots like sell me? Like, I almost want to leave. I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to be ridiculed every week. I don't want to be, found out every week. My confidence is super low. It's horrible. The fan base hate me. The manager has his doubts. The board have their doubts. Like, why can't you put me out of my misery and sell me? I think the person that wants Rasmus Højlund to leave Man United more than anyone is Rasmus Højlund. I don't think his head's in it. I don't think he wants to be here. And I don't understand why the club won't sanction a sale this summer. Don't talk to me about profit, return, all that kind of stuff. I don't care if we get 10, 20, 30 million. That's not my job. That's not what I'm here for. As a fan, I don't care. I just know I want to see the best players play for my club. I expect a certain level of quality. He's not that quality. And it shouldn't be your concern either, by the way. Board members or director of football or whatever it is, owner. It shouldn't be their concern about how much we make back. No. You cut your losses. Same way you did with Dan Ashworth. You were so happy to do it with Dan Ashworth. Oh, credit to us though. We did notice it was a failure, blah, blah, blah. That's all cool behind the scenes. But what about on the pitch? I understand it wasn't their mistake directly. They didn't sign Rasmus Højlund. Amram didn't sign Rasmus Højlund. But now you've been dealt with cards. You've been dealt with a striker. Your number 9 is starting, by the way, is Rasmus Højlund. What are you going to do? That's a riddle for you to figure out. And there's only one right answer. And it's to get rid of Rasmus Højlund and bring in an actual gunman. Someone who can lead the line for Manchester United. We need to sell him. We need to sell him. I don't know how much I'm going to add. Let's say 30. He's still young. We can still get some money. Whatever. Rashford. Yeah. I'm not trying to hear this. What if we played Rashford in the 9? Or what if we played Rashford in the left 10? No. Rashford needs to go as well. Rashford needs to go. Amrim, I've always said it. If he doesn't succeed at Man United in terms of on the football pitch, he will succeed in one department, mainly. And that is him being ruthless and cutthroat. And him removing what's needed to be removed. As much as he possibly can, by the way, because he's going to need backing from the board. But doing his best to remove what needs to be removed. And hopefully handing it over to the next manager, if he doesn't succeed, like I said. To the next manager in a better position. Ten Hag would never sell Rashford. Ten Hag could never sell Rashford. He was weak. He couldn't. Amrim can sell Rashford. I think Amrim will sell Rashford. Rashford I don't think would be a hard sell. I don't want to hear another loan with obligation or loan with option. God forbid. I'm not trying to hear loan with option. Please. You either loan and obligate or you buy right now. Rashford, I don't trust us. I think we should be getting about 40 M's, but I'm going to put 30. Just to be safe. Again, I'm undercutting a lot of these. Xerxes. Xerxes is a player that I admire in terms of, I think his IQ is high. He can play in multiple positions, of course. He's good on the ball. It's just, can we see the best of Xerxes? And when I mean the best, there's a different expectation at Man United. You can play good and you can be nice on the eye and do all of this kind of stuff and high IQ and all that, but if you're not getting me results, if you're not being the difference maker, where we've had a history of players who have been the difference makers, if you can't be the difference maker, if you can't have that X factor about you, then I question your future at the club. Xerxes is a player I wouldn't sell this summer. I wouldn't sell this summer. I like having options. I think Xerxes is a great option for the 9, but also for the 10s. He offers us something different as well. He's good on the ball. You know, a lot of people question his pace and all that kind of stuff. I think he's shown time and time again that he's a very neat dribbler. Very, very neat. You don't need pace to play football. You don't. As a striker, we literally had Dimitar Berbatov. I'm not comparing the two, but you can see, you know, lack of pace, good on the ball, you know, uses their brain to pick up positions. And I think that's something he can work on, definitely. I think he's really good at moving out of place and creating positions, creating runs and space. He's very good at creating space for other people and his teammates and, you know, the 210s, for example. But one thing I want to see him do more is attack space. When in the box, where can you move? How can you lose your defender? That's one thing I want to see more of Xerxes. But I'm definitely going to keep him. Again, similar to Ugarte. Keep this season. If they're not, or for the season coming, if they're not good enough, next summer transfer window, get rid or don't even think twice about it. That's where I stand with Xerxes. But I'm willing to give him a fair shot. Ahmad, keep. Keep. I don't want to say too much about Ahmad. I think it's self-explanatory. Like, when I think of a Man United player, I think of someone who does that to me. Gets me off my seat. Gets me on the edge of my seat. Again, I grew up in the age of Ronaldo. If it's not Ronaldo, it's a Wayne Rooney. If it's not Wayne Rooney, it's a Nani. If it's not Nani, even an Antonio Valencia. Come close to the defender. Bam! Create space. Put in a cross for me. These are players who got me off my seat. Got me excited. Right wing Valencia. What a player. What a player. Ahmad gives me those vibes. Gives me those feelings. When I see Ahmad, I get excited. So it's not always going to come off. Nani, it didn't always come off. Ronaldo even, it didn't always come off in the beginning. But he gives me that excitement of what a Man United player should be. Confident. Willing to take risk, which is essential not only for a winger, but for a Man United player. You need to be fearless. Willing to take risks. Ahmad has that. So I like Ahmad a lot. Definitely keep. Look at this. It's a bad picture. It's a really bad picture. I'll be honest, man. Alejandro Garnacho. So, I've said it before. In January, I was mixed emotions. I don't know. Should we sell him? Should we keep him? Now I'm so adamant. So adamant. You've disrespected the club. You've disrespected the manager. You've disrespected your teammates with that interview. Your brother has disrespected the whole institution of Manchester United. Disrespected the fans. Disrespected everyone involved with Man United. So, and like Amram said, good luck finding a club, because in January, Napoli and Chelsea were both fighting for you. Now, who's there? We're hearing whispers about Napoli and Chelsea, but it's not like it was before. But either way, he needs to go. Either way. I don't care if we accept a bid or we encourage bids from flipping Rayo Vallecano. I don't care. Get this guy gone. Simple as. He's frustrated me multiple times this season. Yes, he can be a difference maker, but when your attitude isn't there, bro, I don't know who you think you are. Genuinely. Like, I said it in the ranking every player season. Go back and watch that video. But I said it in that video. Ronaldo's your idol. Ronaldo's my idol. Doesn't mean I need to flip and take his ego. You can't take his ego. You don't have the facilities, the capabilities, abilities to take on Ronaldo's ego. Humble yourself. Moving like I want to scrap you. Getting pissed off. I'm actually annoyed. Wasi. Again, 60 million. It was rumored in the summer. In January. Now, obviously, that's gone down to about a rumor of 40. I'm going to put 35 because, again, I don't trust us. Anthony. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy that you found your form. That interview where he came out and obviously big up him. I think he cried or something, but yeah, man. Yeah. The less said about that, the better for me. Like, you gave it all the big one when you joined Man United. I can take this on and I can do this and I'm a brave player and I can take criticism and blah, blah, blah. And then once you've gone to Betis, you found, your level. Respect, but that's your level. It's, Man United, I was victimized and I was this and blah, blah. Yeah, all right, cool, bro. Cool story. Genuinely, like, I don't even say this to be rude. Genuinely, one of the worst players I've seen in a Man United top. In a Man United shirt. Genuinely. I used to watch this guy and think, how have you made it as a professional footballer? I promise you. I used to genuinely ask, even your technique, the way you shoot is off. How have you made it as a professional footballer? You've gone to Betis now and you want to ball out. To me, that's a slap in the face. Because you had the ability to show up and you didn't. Whether that be to personality, whether it be to mentality, whatever it is. Whether it be to system. Still. You've shown you can do it. So why don't you do it for us? Anthony. 20. Give me 20 for Anthony. Wheatley, I'm happy for him to go out on loan. Funnily enough, actually, I spoke to a scout. I've done like a little interview piece for Copper 90. I think last summer. And we came across a scout and I said, oh, like, who is, you know, some players that we should probably look out for. Really, really good scout. I think he discovered a few, I can't remember who, but he discovered a few players. Really well respected, well connected. And I said, who should we look out for in world football? And he said the young kid at United, Wheatley. I think Wheatley's going to be a great striker. So let's see. Let's see if he scammed that license or if he's actually spitting facts. But so far, obviously, hasn't had the biggest opportunity. But yeah, I think definitely send him out on loan. And again, if we can, to a team where he's going to start and he's going to get good level of football. Hopefully bagging a few goals. And yeah, I mean, I know he'll do more than Højlund, but it is what it is. Chido. My saviour in the post-season friendlies. Done more in 10 minutes than certain other man. I'm just going to leave it as that. Definitely keep Chido. I like him. I think fans need to be patient with him. Again, I think Man United have some of the worst fans when it comes to this. The guy's 16. They're asking for him to start in a Europa League final. Like, relax a little bit. Relax. 16 years old. Just because he's done it in a youth academy, just because he's done it in youth level, under 19s, under 20s, under 20, whatever it is, doesn't mean he's going to flip and do it in the Europa League final. I understand you're frustrated with Rasmus, but in a man's game, you got to drip feed him minutes. You can't start him. We killed a 20-year-old or 21-year-old Rasmus Højlund, touted as a next up-and-coming striker. We killed him by starting him. You want to do it to a 16-year-old youth academy product? Relax. Sancho, freedom fighter. Yeah, man, you're gone. You're gone. Like, you did all of that for Chelsea. You did all of that for Chelsea. And now Chelsea are even thinking about keeping you or not. Do you know how mad that is? He's probably going to stay, but it wasn't an easy decision for them. I don't think it's a straightforward decision. I think a lot of internal meetings had to happen where it's like, guys, do we really want him? You ain't that guy, bro. But big up to you, innit? Let's say, I think it was 25 million for Sancho was the sell on or the option to buy. So, that's everyone. Obviously, Cunha has joined, but he's not here officially. Having said all that, what do you think the total is on all those players? And obviously, there were a few players where I said, if they don't leave now, they leave next summer. But all of that together, how much do you think? The total, and again, this is a super realistic total where we should be getting more than this. This is just undercutting because I don't trust us. It's £265 million. You could do a lot with that money. You could sign a few £30 million players. You can sign a few £40 to £50 million players. And maybe you can sign one big player. You can go out and sign a Wharton or a Baleba. You can do that with an Mbeumo, with a someone else, with a striker, a Gyökeres. You can do that. Not to mention the rumoured 100 to 150 million pound budget we've already got. So you're telling me we've got maybe 365 to 415 million pounds. I dare you, Ineos, not to rebuild. It's almost at a position now where not rebuilding is the harder option than rebuilding. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments, as always. Let me know who you would keep and who you would sell. And let me know if you think we're going to do a rebuild this summer. Let me know your expectations going into this. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't have high expectations. But having said that, I appreciate it if you made it this far. Like I said, this is a new channel. This is something that I'm going to be banging out content with. You can see I've already uploaded multiple videos in, a short amount of time. So please join the community, subscribe, like, leave a comment as I mentioned, and I will see you very, very, very soon.